Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Planet Alien here on YouTube. It's Weird Little Alien coming to you from my bedroom. The title of this video, you can tell what it's probably about. It is a Q&A, Riverdale Edition. Because instead of doing just a normal Q&A, which I did really enjoy doing that, I decided this time I would do a Q&A only about Riverdale. All things related to Riverdale. So, I got asked questions. I wrote a bunch of shit down because I didn't want to forget any scenes or anything, because Riverdale, like, even though we're only 2 seasons in, I swear to God, so much happens that it's so hard to remember every little piece. Like, so much happened in season 2 that when I look back on season 1, it's like, who are these people? Like, these are not the same people in season 2. Not in a bad way. It's just, it's so different in such a short time, you know, and it's just, I don't know. It's just hard to remember everything when season 2 itself was so freaking crazy and awesome. I loved it. Okay, so let's get on with the first question. Okay, the first question. Now, I can't pronounce some of these usernames, so I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm really sorry, but I am going to put the comment right here. I wonder if the fan's making too much noise towards this shit. Okay. So, what do you think? Okay. Fosta asked, what do you think will be the turning point for Barchi and Veronica to actually happen, and how do you want it to happen? Okay. The turning point for Barchi and Veronica happening, and how I want it to happen. Okay. So, I feel like, of course, I have stated this many times that I feel like the triangle starts in season 3. I just feel like season 3 is the perfect time to really start the triangle. Season 4 seems a little too far down, you know? Like, season 3 just seems like the perfect time. So, with that being said, I believe the triangle starts in season 3. Now, the triangle is going to consist of Veronica, Betty, and Archie. Because that is the iconic triangle, and that is the triangle that the cast and the writers have talked about. So, I'm not assuming it's going to be Betty, Jughead, and Archie. It's instead going to be Betty, Veronica, and Archie, because that is like in the comics, and they are going to stick to that at least, you know? So, the turning point. So, what I think happens is, if they start the triangle late in season 3, I could see it going into season 4. But if they start the triangle, like, I'd say in the middle, or towards, like, maybe, like, episode 6, then I could see it maybe ending at the end of season 3, because I feel like the triangle, even though it is, sorry, it's so iconic, even though it is iconic, I feel like they're not going to drag it on for, like, super long. Like, I'd hope they wouldn't drag it on. Like, if they did drag it into season 4, okay, but going past that, it's like, no, please not. Please, 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 no. Like, I don't want the whole fucking back and forth between girls. You know, I don't want any of that shit. Like, I hope, like, I think the triangle starts in season 3. I think either it continues into season 4, or I think it ends at the end of season 3. The finale is, who did Archie choose? Was it Betty? Was it Veronica? You have to tune in to CW season 4 in October, and you will see. You know? Like, so, I see the triangle happening, you know, and Archie, the cliffhanger being, who does Archie choose, you know? And, of course, I would think Betty. I think it would be kind of stupid to have him choose Veronica, because why even have a triangle in the first place if he's only going to just go back to Veronica? It's like, what was the point of this? Like, that would just really be kind of stupid. Not to mention, I mean, if Betty's in this triangle, like, I don't think she can just, like, be going back to Jughead. Sorry, I just have to fix my bangs. But yeah, so I see, that's how, I see it coming about. Veronica, I honestly see Jughead and Veronica bonding over the fact that Archie and Betty have this special connection that they are not involved in, that they clearly see and are clearly jealous of, you know, which I would be too if that was my boyfriend or girlfriend, you know. But I feel like they bond over that, especially if the triangle starts. I feel like Veronica and Jughead might bond over Archie not being able to choose and having feelings for Betty, and how Betty has feelings for Archie and all this stuff, you know. So I feel like they might be able to bond over that. And I also have heard that Jellybean, his sister, is coming into season 3. And in the comics, apparently Jellybean, or not apparently, it actually is a thing. In the comics, Jellybean and Veronica bond, you know. They bond. And so that leads me to hope that I really hope that if Jellybean does come into season 3, that her and Veronica do bond, because yes, please. And I see, if that happens, then I see an even more deeper friendship developing between Jughead and Veronica, because maybe he'll start seeing a different side of Veronica. Not that he hasn't already, but I think a lot more so in season 3. Maybe he'll see a lot different side of her and realize not to judge her so quickly, you know, and she's not like her family. Not saying he fully thinks that. It's just, you know, they had a rough start in season 2, so, you know. But, yeah, I see Jughead and Veronica first starting out as friends. I think it would be awesome if they bonded over the fact that Archie and Betty have feelings for each other. I think that would just be fucking perfect. Like, really. So I see them starting out as friends. Like, I want a friendship so bad. And then I could totally see them eventually, like, hooking up. And maybe, like, continuously hooking up, you know, like friends with benefits. Like, oh, it doesn't have to be any serious because, you know, we're from opposite sides of the track. Not that they care. But I think it would just be so cool. It's like they, like, I could see them totally, like, have this friendship, and then one night they hook up, and it's like, oh, shit, you know, and it's like, all right, it just happened one time, that's it. Well, no one needs to know, we're moving on. And then it happens again and again and again, and then they possibly get together. That would be fucking amazing. That's honestly how I wouldn't mind it happening at all. Like, if that's, because Camila, she said in an interview, like, a while back, she was saying, because it was whenever Jughead and Veronica had kissed, and she was talking about it, you know, and she was saying, I could totally see them doing, like, a Joey and Pacey and hooking up in season 3, and I was like, oh, yeah, oh, my God, like, I don't even care if that's a joke or what, but I'm here for it. No, because, like, I could totally see them hooking up. I totally could. I'm not saying she's a slut. I'm just saying, like, I could see them hooking up. But I see them becoming friends first. Like, I think, of course, the turning point for Barchi and Veronica, the turning point, I think, for Barchi is them realizing that they have feelings for each other and they're not going to go away. And by being with Jughead and by being with Veronica, it's not fair to them when they clearly have feelings for each other. You know, even though they have feelings for Jughead and Veronica, it's not fair that they have feelings for each other also. So I think that's kind of going to be the turning point for Barchi, you know. Also, Archie being framed for murder, I'm sure Betty's going to be having a fucking panic attack. Like, she's going to freak out. She's going to be worried. She's going to be trying to do everything she can, just like Jughead and Veronica will be. But, yeah, I definitely think we'll see a lot more Betty and Archie, and, like, Betty really going to help Archie and being there for him. And I could just really see her being the best friend we know she is and that we haven't got to see in such a long time. So I think that's the turning point. And I think the turning point for Veronica, like I said, is bonding over possibly the feelings between Archie and Betty. Or just bonding over the fact they both hate Hiram Lodge, like many people, you know. Maybe they, oh my God, it would be so awesome. Like, okay, I could see, like, all three of them, Archie, Betty, and Veronica, like, or Archie. Jughead, Betty, and Veronica, I could see them, like, teaming up and helping Archie, and of course. But how amazing would it be if it was, like, just Jughead and Veronica teamed up, helping Archie? Like, Betty was helping, but, like, Jughead and Veronica were the ones who were together a lot because they were, like, getting dirt on Hiram and trying and digging stuff up. Oh, my God, that would be so amazing. Ah! Okay, that's a dream. That's a dream. I want it to happen. So, yeah, that would be the turning point. And then, yeah, so how I want it to happen, honestly, I want Archie and Betty, the triangle, to start. I want Archie to choose one of them, Betty, and then I want them to slowly progress into a relationship, because they are best friends first and foremost, and at first it might be a little awkward, which then again, it wasn't awkward for Betty and Jughead, but then again, Archie and Betty, that's a different story, you know, so I guess I can't really compare, but they go slow, you know, take it slow. And with Veronica, how I'd like that to happen is I would love for them to first develop a friendship and then develop into something more, whether they hook up or they get together or whether they hook up and then get together. I don't care. That's how I would like that to happen. So that's my first answer. Damn, that was long. Like, shit. Okay. At It's Me Nikki asked, what would you have wanted to happen differently in this scene? And now I'm going to put the scene up here, like the Snapchat. Oh my God. Can I talk? I'm going to put the screenshot up here, and it's basically going to show you, like, the picture of the video. But it's from episode 22. It's the end of episode 22, the season finale. It's when Archie gets arrested because of Hiram. Now, I absolutely love this scene, especially when Archie's walking away and he's looking at Hiram, and Hiram just smiles and walks away, and I'm just like, oh, this is epic. Like, iconic moment. Sorry, it is. But, I love that scene. Like, there's nothing different, I would say, to change about it. Like, there's nothing I would change about it, except when I was watching it, and, like, Archie was, like, looking at Hiram, I was like, Veronica, Betty, Jughead, someone look over there and see that he is looking at Hiram. Look, Hiram's right there. Hiram's right there. Come on, look at him. Like, because if I saw Archie looking over into the corner, I'd look over there to see what he's looking at. But they didn't, and that's the only thing. Like, I wouldn't change it, because, of course, they're going to know it's Hiram, and they already know it's Hiram. I mean, once they find out he's framed for murder, it's Hiram. But it's like, in that scene, I was just thinking, look, there's Hiram. Come on, just look. But, you know, whatever, it's okay. I still love that scene. There's nothing I would change, honestly. Like, I really loved that scene. Ugh, the ending was so epic. Like, Hiram Lodge, man. He's so fucking cool and bad. Let me not. He's cool, but that don't mean I like him. Just saying. But yeah, I wouldn't change anything differently about that scene, except for that, what I said at the end, because it's like, I was just yelling that at my TV, like, come on, he's looking right at Hiram, look too, look. But they didn't look, so that's alright, because, you know, they'll know. Okay, next question. Okay. Machen edits. I always feel like I'm saying that wrong, but I'm not. Anyways. What are your favorite character developments on the show? Mine are Cheryl and Alice. Good choice. Very good choices. Same. Complete same. I think Cheryl, by far, is the best character development on the show. I mean, not only best character development with Tony, like their relationship, not only is that fucking character relationship development at its best, but her development herself is the best on the show. Like, seeing her season 1 and then seeing her at the end of season 2, it's like a different Cheryl. It's like she gets to be who she wants to be. She gets to be happy, you know, and she's looking at things differently, you know, and she's not so blinded by, you know, her parents and them always treating her like shit and her not feeling loved, you know. She's struggled so much over these past 2 seasons, but she came out stronger, and she came out, and she still, and all these friends are standing by her, and she has Tony, and I think her character development is by far the best ever. I mean, especially with her and Betty. I mean, her and Betty did not like each other season 1, and like, even when they found out they were cousins, they were still kind of like button heads. But like season 2 and stuff, going in later into season 2, like seeing them together and her calling her cousin, you know, you like cousin Betty and stuff, and seeing them together just made me so happy, because I love that. Like, Cheryl has not only had such a great character development with herself, but also a great character development with the relationships she has with other people, you know, friendships, like with Archie or Jughead or Betty, you know, like I love her character development by far. She, by far, is the best character development on the show. Like, if you watch season 1, episode 1, if you watch season 1, you're gonna, like, think, oh, Cheryl, this fucking bitch. And then when you watch season 2, you're gonna be like, oh, I love Cheryl, she deserves happiness. But then again, at the end of season 1, you're gonna feel bad for her, because she does try to commit suicide, so, I mean, God, you gotta feel for her. Plus, also, you should feel for her before that, because, you know, you get to see an inside look into what her family life is like, and how badly she's treated. Like, God, that's what I love, too, you know? And I love that no matter what she's been through, she's still as strong as ever, and she doesn't let it define her or hold her down, and she's happy. I'm just so happy she's happy. Another one is Alice. Why I like Alice so much is, one, I love that FP brings out the real Alice, because Hal, the Black Hood, he doles down the real Alice, okay? He doles her down so bad, because then she becomes the perfect housewife, yeah. You know, like that. Like, ugh, he doles her down. Or he did, anyways, because now he's, you know, in a jail cell. But, so I love that FP brought out the real her, but what I really loved, why I love her character development is because of the serpents. Now, season 1 into season 2, she was bashing the serpents, you know, she was not acknowledging that she used to be in the serpents. I'm sorry. She wants nothing to do with them, she doesn't like them, all this stuff. And then finally, come season 2, later on in the season, finally, you know, she realizes they're not bad people. You know, and that she used to be a serpent and she shouldn't be ashamed, which she shouldn't, you know. This is where she came from. Why should she be ashamed? So I love when she apologizes to all the serpents, you know, in the classroom. I love that she apologizes to them, you know, and says that, you know, she shouldn't be ashamed of where she came from and stuff. Like, that really made me happy. I mean, of course, yeah, she did also, you know, look like a serpent girl and go hook up with FP, which, yes. But, yeah, I just love that development in itself, her and the serpents. I just love that she apologized and finally accepted them and kind of stopped bashing on them and finally accepted who she is really and where she comes from and that, you know. But then again, right now, I mean, This is going to be a great character development in season 3 for Alice, because finding out your husband is the Black Hood and has killed multiple people, especially a teenager, is going to be very hard to deal with, as we saw towards the end of season 2 when she was like, oh, you want to come in? This is where he lived, the Black Hood. You know, and Betty had to tell everyone to go away with their cameras. So clearly she's going to have struggles in season 3, but I think that's going to make for even better character development. So those are my 2 by far. So yes, good choice. Okay, next question is from Demonic Ruby, Kimberly. What scenes and or characters from the comics would you like to see in Riverdale? Okay, so I don't read the comics. Like, when I was younger, I used to, like, go through the comics as my mom was, like, doing the food, you know, as she was paying and stuff like that. I would just look through it. I don't know why I was so attached to Betty and Archie. It's not even like I was, like, totally reading everything. It was just like I was, like, glimpsing and just looking and, you know, I don't know. I just love Betty and Archie. I don't know why. Like, that's so weird, you know? But, so I don't really know much about, like, comic characters. However, I do know, of course, Jelly Bean and Gladys Jones. So those are the 2 I can only say that I would like to see come into Riverdale. Those 2 characters from the comics. I would love to see Jelly Bean and Gladys, or at least Jelly Bean first and then Gladys, whichever. Which I'm guessing if Jelly Bean comes, Gladys comes with her, unless she comes to visit. I don't know. We'll see. But those would be the 2, because those are the only 2 I can really think of. I don't know anybody really else in the comics. Now, scenes I wish that would happen from the comics is, I would have loved, okay, when Betty and Jughead are working on the car, I don't mind that scene. Like, that scene was needed because they were going through stuff, so, you know, they needed to talk it out and kind of, you know, kind of get going, whatever, you know, they needed to talk it over, basically. So I understood, and I'm not mad or anything. However, in the comics, Archie and Betty are the one working on the car, so that was a disappointment, but that just means that now that Archie has that beat-up car that he's going to fix with his dad, Betty better be over there helping him. Like, dude, if Betty does not help Archie with his car, that is going to be a disservice to everyone. Like, you can't honestly not have her help. Because first off, she knows cars. So why wouldn't she help him? And he's her best friend, and she lives right next door. Like, she better help him on his car. Like, I'm hoping that scene happens. Another scene from the comics that I can't wait to happen, if it does, and I want it to happen, is Jughead and Veronica going to prom, and Veronica saying, you can have Archie, I got my man, he's been right here this whole time, and I'm just like, I'll insert, like, the little comic strip thingies. But, yeah, I want those 2 scenes. Like, well, the other scene just already happened, it was just with Bughead. Well, I guess it's the same thing. It was with Jughead instead of Archie, which is fine. It is fine, okay. But I do hope that Betty helps Archie on his car, you know, because it would only make sense. But yeah, so those are the scenes I'd love to see. The Jughead and Veronica going to prom. Like, I really want that to happen. Ah! So yeah, that would be that. Next question. Okay. Okay. At It's Me Nikki. Favorite episode or episodes from season 1? Now, I wrote these down because I have a lot. Like, okay. Okay, I have a few favorite episodes, but my two favorite episodes, first and foremost, would be 112 and 113, only because they go into each other. But basically, I just love 112 because, of course, we get to see Jason Blossom be murdered by his father, like, no hesitation at all on the father's part. So, I mean, that was like a pivotal moment because the whole season was who killed Jason Blossom, and here it was his dad this whole time. That's crazy. But I really also love the aftermath, which is why I include 113 too. And I love whenever Cheryl goes down there and she's like, "You did a bad thing, Daddy." And I'm just like, oh, chills. Like, that scene gets me. Like, Madeleine, her acting was on point in that scene, but when she goes into that kitchen and she stands next to her mom and she says that to him, I'm just like, ooh, I got the chills. Like, whew, because he knew what was up. He knew he was like, he was caught. So, yeah, those would be my two first favorite episodes. I also like 110 because I do like Secrets and Sins, the game that they played, and also because, you know, I like that because it brought back Chuck, which we also got to see a little more of kind of dark Betty. And she did slap him, which you deserved it, Chucky. Chucky, Chuck. No. But yeah, I love 110 when they play Sins and Secrets, you know. So I do love that because that, you know, of course, revealed stuff we already knew, but not everyone else knew. I mean, like Archie sleeping with Miss Grundy. And then also, you know, Chuck revealing Dark Betty, basically. So that was, I think why I love that episode so much is because of that scene more. I just really love that scene. Oh, you know what I just thought of? Ethel, you know, you know what? Ethel is a fucking creepy-ass character. And what I just thought about is that Ethel, who was so for taking down Chuck and who was smiling when they were fucking, like, putting him in the hot tub and making him confess, and she was all happy and closed the door like some fucking creepo. And yet, when he comes back, and Betty's like, "Oh, you are all right, Ethel," or "Leave Ethel alone." And Ethel's like, "It's fine, Betty," you know, and it's like, what? Like, are you serious, dude? You were, like, super happy when you guys were taking him down, but now he just sits next to you and it's like, it's fine? Like, where the fuck did that come from? I don't trust Ethel, okay? Something's off about her, and yeah, I ain't trusting that bitch. Sorry, not happening. Another favorite episode is this was actually when I already said 112. Another reason why I love 112 is when FP and Jughead are talking when FP's in jail for Jason Blossom's murder, you know, and when they're talking and whenever, like, first off, that scene was just so emotional. I mean, fucking Skeet and Cole really delivered perfectly. But when Jughead was leaving and FP was like, "Don't ever come here again, you hear me?" And that's when Jughead realized that his dad didn't do this, you know? And I was just, because you could even see it on his face, like, realizing, like, yeah, my dad didn't do this. Something else is up, which something else was up. He was protecting Jughead from Clifford because Clifford threatened to do the same to Jughead as he did to Jason, which that was his son, so that's fucked up to mention it again. But, I really love that. Like, that was just such an emotional scene, and just, I love that scene. I really do. So that's another reason why I love 112. Also, I love episode 1 because it's the start of Riverdale, and I mean, it was the beginning of Archie and Betty for me, so, and I mean, I just, you know, that moment in front of her house, it wasn't one heart that broke that night, it was two, and, I mean, that just gets me, like, every time. That moment just gets me every time. Like, I love it. Like, I don't know, I have a thing for emotional scenes. I don't know why, but I really do. And that scene just gets me, so it's, like, one of my favorites because, well, one of my favorite scenes, but also favorite episode because it was the start of Riverdale and start of my love for Barchi and introducing the characters. So, yeah, I did like 101. Also, one other one I liked was, I said already 113. Sorry, guys. I wrote this all down because there's a lot of them, so, like, I'm trying to remember them so I don't forget. But another reason why I liked 113 is because Fred was shot. Now, I didn't like it because Fred was shot, because, I mean, Fred is my bae. No. But, no, he is my bae. All the dads on there are my bae, except for Hiram. He's hot, but I don't know. No, he ain't bae. But, I love 113 when, like, Fred gets shot, also because it's, first off, again, an emotional, fucking dramatic scene. I mean, your dad has just been shot, you know? Your dad is bleeding on the floor in front of you, you know? And there's a guy with the gun standing right there. But why I really love that scene is it was the start of the Black Hood. And the Black Hood storyline is my favorite storyline out of the 2 seasons. So, you know, the start of the Black Hood, I love it. That's why I love the ending of 113 when Fred gets shot, is because it's the start of the Black Hood. Not because he got shot, but because the Black Hood has started. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, next question. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Snyler asked, so, we come to know that Chick is not Alice's son, but I wonder why he came into their lives. What was his real motive? Interesting. Now, I do want to say Machen has confirmed that Chick, Hart Denton, is coming back for Season 3, which I already knew because we never found his body, so I knew he was coming back. Because there's no way we're just going to stumble upon it in Season 3. Like, nah, he alive. Now, I don't know if he has something to do with the Black Hood or not, because I'm just saying, like, it's just weird, like, God, like, okay, I know this is a question, but it's just, like, I feel like, because, you know, this person asked, like, I wonder why he came into their lives. What was his real motive? Maybe he came into their lives because of Hal, because he was helping him, you know, as the Black Hood. Because let's not forget that when Midge was shown to be dead on stage and everyone was running and screaming, fucking Chick is just sitting there smiling, which he could just be like that because he's fucking creepy and weird. Not weird, but he's just super fucking creepy, like Psycho. Or it could be because he helped do that. Because, I mean, really, Hal's the only one who did that to her. You know, he didn't have any help, and no one saw Hal. Yeah, so why I think he came into their lives. First off, let me say, I don't know if Charles, their real son, is dead for sure. I feel like he isn't, only because I feel like that story still has more to go. But maybe not, since Chick is still there. Now, I don't know what his motive is. At first, you know, it was like, I think what it was is he heard about, like, this perfect family that Charles had that had given him up. And so he decided when he killed Charles accidentally, because until I see, like, I don't know if it's true for sure, because I think he might still be alive. But when he killed Charles, I think he, yeah, because I don't think he really had a motive, to be honest. I think what it was, because they came to him, so clearly if he had a motive, he would have went to them. But I guess, unless he knew, like, eventually they'd come looking, I don't know. But I think, like, I don't think he really had a motive until they showed up. And then he thought, you know what? I could pretend to be their son. I could get into this family, you know. I could have a family I never had, you know. I could be a part of something I never had, you know. I couldn't have people in my corner. Although he was cutting pictures out of Hal and Polly, which was really weird. Like, his motive was more sinister. Like, not to mention, I mean, I'm still not over the fact that he texted the drug dealer to come to the house and then act surprised when he showed up. And then he had to kill him. Like, my ass. You did that so that if anything ever happened, you had that lingering over Alice and Betty's head and stuff. But, bitch, nah, ain't work like that. No, but yeah, I think his motive is either he was working with Hal, you know, the Black Hood, or he is just, I think, or either he's just, because his motive, it's like, I don't know, I feel like his motive was to be like Alice's only child and to just have a mother who adored him and only cared about him and who only paid attention to him. I think he just wanted attention, to be honest. but I also think he's totally screwed up in the head. And, yeah, I think his motives weren't good, but I don't know what his real motives would be. Like I said, I just think he wanted attention. I think he just wanted Alice to himself. He wanted to have this perfect family that he heard Charles talking about, you know? So that could be possibly it. But I'm interested to see him come back into season 3, how he comes in. Like, is it he comes in like, I got away from the Black Hood, and it's like, fuck. It's like, nah. That would not be possible, dude. Like, bitch. Which, well, Hal is old, so it is possible. But, yeah, so his real motive, I think his motive was he just wanted this perfect family, or so he thought it was a perfect family. And then eventually he just wanted Alice to himself. He wanted all the attention to himself, because when it was on the babies, Paulie's babies, he hated that. So, I think he just wanted attention, and also, yeah, I think that's really what his motives was. But I think there's more to it. I definitely think there's something else there. And, I don't know, I really think he has something to do with the Black Hood. Like, I don't know, I just feel like maybe Hal went to him. Like, I don't know, maybe Hal went looking for Charles and found Chick instead, and, you know, maybe they started this bond of killing people. I don't know, because it's weird that he got away from the Black Hood. It's weird that he was just sitting there smiling when Midge was dead on stage, you know. It's weird that he was backstage. Like, it's just weird. Okay, so the next one is... It's Me, Nikki asked, favorite Veronica scene from season 1, and did you immediately like Cheryl from the very first episode in season 1? Okay, no. First off, I did not like Cheryl from the very first episode. I did like, however, when she's like, I'm in the mood for chaos. Like, that was, okay, iconic. But also at the same time, I was like, you fucking bitch. No offense. But it was true. I hated Cheryl. No, I did not. The first episode, I did not like Cheryl at all. At all. It took me quite a few episodes in to start liking her. Like, nah, I did not like her first episode. Like, not at all. She was, yeah, not at all. But favorite Veronica scene from season 1? Honestly, I would have to say, I really love the dance-off in 110 between Veronica and Cheryl. Like, that's one of the scenes I love. That's not my favorite one. My favorite one is whenever she finds out that Ethel Muggs' dad tried to commit suicide because of her dad, Hiram Lodge, and she runs to the bathroom and cries and, you know, rips off her pearls and stuff, and Betty comes to comfort her. I thought Camila delivered that perfectly. Again, I love emotional scenes. I don't know why. But that scene is my favorite Veronica scene, besides also sticking up for herself to Chuck, that piece of shit, which he has redeemed himself, I hope. Oh, please don't let it be fake and he's just making everyone think he redeemed himself, but he hasn't. I hope he did. I hope he did, because we need to see more Chuck. I don't mind him, you know, as long as he's a good guy. But I do love that she stood up to Chuck. I do love the dance-off. But, I mean, I also really love when I also really love in 102 when Veronica is comforting Cheryl. That was a great moment. I did love that. And then, of course, Veronica and Betty making up also in episode 2, because I love that moment, because, you know, they become friends again. Another moment I really love is Jason's funeral, because when Cheryl comes in wearing that white outfit, you know, the outfit she was wearing with Jason the day he left, you know, it was just like such an, like, I mean, first off, the entrance, and second off, wearing white and stuff. It was just like an iconic moment. Like, I'm just gonna keep saying that, because a lot of Riverdale stuff is iconic. Like, come on. Like, that's iconic. Like, this bitch walking in here in all white with, like, the same clothes as the last time she saw her brother at his funeral now. Like, oh my god. Like, so I really like that. Oh, no. Oh, another good one that I really want to talk about. Is 106. And I just love this scene because, again, the entrance and the music and just how badass it is. But basically, whenever Valerie's no longer part of the Pussycats and Veronica takes her place for that short amount of time, and Josie, Mallory, and Veronica are walking down the halls with the music playing, and they have their little cat ears, and Archie and Valerie look and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, iconic. I know I keep saying that, but it was iconic. Like, that entrance, man, like, that was epic. Like, I want to walk in like that. Like, I just want to, like, that was just everything. That was goals. That was perfect. Okay, what else do I have? Okay. Favorite, It's Me Nikki asked, favorite Choni scene other than the kiss, of course. My favorite is in episode 21 when Cheryl saves Tony along with Jughead. That is my favorite moment. I love that. I love her with the bow and arrow. I love her with the red cape. I love that Tony runs to her. I love that scene. That is my favorite Choni scene besides the kiss. Love it. And when Cheryl gets the serpent jacket, because Tony's face is just, she's so smitten. Like, oh, God, I love that. Okay. It's Me Nikki also asked, well, there's 2 more from her, so I'm going to get into those 2. Oh, well, 3. The one I'm about to say, and then the other 2. Also, one more thing I'm curious about. Did you ship Valerie and Archie in season 1? I did. They were hella cute. No. Honestly, no, I didn't. Honestly, I couldn't imagine shipping Archie with anybody but Betty. But then again, who knows? I mean, maybe I could. But yeah, I never was really a fan of Archie and Valerie. I didn't see the appeal. I didn't care for them. I saw that coming, you know, when they started working together. I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to happen. So, like, I was, like, it's not like it disgusted me. I was fine with it, whatever. But, no, I don't ship them and never have. Nothing against them. They're not my cup of tea. Okay. She also asked, okay. Also, I was wondering, now that Archie got arrested, who do you think will be the new student body president now? Or will they, the school staff or whatever, just wait it out until Archie's name is cleared? That's interesting, because I thought the same thing. So, like, who's the fall... Ugh! Ethel! This bitch is everywhere. Isn't it crazy that everything just seems to work out for Ethel? Because you realize the only other person who was running besides Archie was Ethel. Which Archie said he was going to pull out of the race, so, like, how did he win? I don't know, but okay. But, yeah, I don't think, like, I thought that, too, when he was getting arrested. I was like, who's going to be student body president now? Like, dude, because because he's framed for murder, and it's not going to just resolve itself in 2 freaking episodes. I'm guessing it's going to be quite a few episodes. So, I'm sure they're going to have to find someone, a replacement. I don't think they're going to wait until Archie's name is cleared, especially since Archie's being charged with murder. I don't think they really want him as a student body president, so I don't even think once he's cleared, they'll let him be it. But who knows? I mean, maybe they will. But I feel like Ethel is going to take the place of student body president, because she was the only one actually still running. And so, yeah, I feel like they're going to give it to the backup person, who is Ethel, you know. And, of course, you know, works out for Ethel. Everything just working out for Ethel. Like, I don't know for sure, but I'm saying I think it's going to go to Ethel, to be honest, because she was the only other one running, so I feel like it goes to her. I don't trust her. Like, damn, she's just so shady. I don't know what the fuck is up with her. Okay. It's Me Nikki also asked, I got another one. Favorite scenes from season 1 for each of the characters of the core 4. Okay. My favorite scene for each of the core 4. Because she did say season 1, right? Okay, for season 1, yes. Okay, making sure, because I was thinking, like, it better be season 1, because that's what I read, and that's, you know, okay. So, I think my favorite scene for Betty would be in 103 when Dark Betty is revealed. Because, again, that entrance she made was fucking epic. And not to mention Dark Betty herself. It's just, like, seeing that side of Betty was just so interesting, and it showed, like, mental illness, and that's something very important, you know. So that was definitely, I think, my favorite scene with, right? Yeah, favorites. Okay, so yeah, that was definitely my favorite scene when, Dark Betty appears, and Chuck is totally turned on, like, he being like, making fun of her wig later on in the season, and it's like, bitch, you were turned on, don't act like you weren't. One of my favorite scenes for Veronica is, of course, whenever she is crying in 110, whenever she finds out that Ethel Mugg's dad tried to commit suicide, like I've said before. That is my favorite scene of Veronica's. I love that scene. It's so emotional. Camila Mendes just delivers perfectly. I just really love that scene, and, of course, standing up to Chuck. Oh, another scene I love with Betty is Betty and Cheryl. whenever they're burning the book. I just think it's so fucking cool. Just like, I don't know, iconic is like all I can say. Because it's like they're just standing there and the fire's just in front of them, and I just am like, oh, it was just so much. I loved it. My favorite moment for Jughead would have to be in... Favorite moment for Jughead would have to be in 111 when he finds out his dad has been arrested for Jason Blossom's murder, and he goes to the trailer park, his home, and he starts, you know, throwing things and then falls to the floor crying. Again, I love emotional scenes. Cole Sprouse was just so good. I can't even begin to express in words how amazing he was in that scene. I felt his pain so much. So that's definitely my favorite Jughead scene. Now, also another favorite Jughead scene and also Archie scene is... Okay, there's 3 of them. Both of them are in 102. I like that in 102, Archie and Jughead make up and become friends again after finding out that he's sleeping with Miss Grundy. I love that. Love it. That, because Jughead and Archie are my favorite friendship. Like, I love Betty and Veronica, but it's Jughead and Archie all the way. Another one is whenever Reggie is attacking Jughead in the student lounge, and Archie stands up for him, and, you know, they get in a fight. I love that scene also. Another one of my favorite scenes, now this is my favorite scene, Archie and Jughead. Whenever... Archie finds out that Jughead's dad is a serpent, you know, and they kind of have a fight. And then, you know, Jughead comes back to Archie's house because he's staying there, and they make up. And Archie whispers, like, "You're like my brother." And Jughead's like, "Nice bro whisper, Archie." And he's like, "You are my brother." And I'm just like, ah! Like, again, Jughead and Archie, I love them. So, of course, that scene was my favorite. I love that scene. Yeah, definitely my favorite scene. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite Archie scene that I can think of. I know once I post this, I'm going to be like, oh, this scene, and I'm going to be pissed that I didn't think about it. Honestly, most of my favorite scenes for Jughead and Archie are them together. I just really love their scenes together, but I do really love 111 when Jughead, you know, is in the trailer crying. Like, that just was such an emotional scene, and that's honestly one of my favorite scenes in Season 1. Definitely one of my favorite scenes, by far. Okay, now on to YouTube questions. Okay, at Bria, who's your favorite character and why? Jughead Jones. Don't get me wrong, I love all the characters. I do. But Jughead is my soulmate, like spirit animal. Like, I relate to Jughead completely. Jughead is me. I am Jughead. I mean, I just completely relate to Jughead. I understand him. I'm honestly a lot like him in certain ways. And the whole speech, oh my god, that was another thing that I loved, is that speech to Betty, like, if you haven't noticed, I'm weird, I'm a weirdo. Like, I love that. First off, I'm weird too. Like, there's no there's no shame in that. Like, fuck, I don't care. Being weird ain't bad. But, well, there is a bad weird, and then there's a good weird. But, yeah, Jughead Jones definitely is my favorite. I mean, I love the others, but Jughead is just, I relate to him on so many levels, and he just is such an awesome character. I really love Jughead Jones. Really, 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 really love him. Yeah. It's not because of Cole Sprouse. Like, a lot of people love Jughead because it's Cole Sprouse playing him. And, yeah, I grew up with The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and The Sweet Life on Deck, but that doesn't mean that automatically makes me love Jughead because it's Cole. I love Jughead because I relate to him, and I think he is one of the best characters on the show, to be honest. So I hope that answered your question. I'm gonna, okay. I'm going to sing the next one. At Marie Morels. I don't know. That wasn't singing. That was just like going, Marie Morels. Sorry if I say that wrong. Sorry. But I'm going to put it on the screen anyway, so you'll get to see it. Okay, now I'll sing. Why do you ship Archie? What the fuck? That's not singing. Okay. Whatever. Okay, I'll just dramatically read it. Why do you ship Archie? Or because you ship them because of the Archie comics? No, I do not ship Archie and Betty because of the comics. Now, yes, I have said this in the beginning of the video, that I did, like, you know, go through the comics when I was younger, and I did have, for some reason, some connection to Archie and Betty. I really just liked them. I don't know why, but honestly, I went into Riverdale with no ships. I went into Riverdale with no ships. I didn't have any, like, people in mind. I wasn't thinking about Archie and Betty. You know, I just went into Riverdale, just went into the show to watch it, you know, and episode 1, I mean, right into episode 1, I fell in love with Archie and Betty. Not the comics, it was the show, you know? I went into the show open-minded, seeing who I was going to like, what was going to happen, and it turns out not even the first episode is over, and I'm already Archie Betty stan #1. No, I'm not #1. There's a bunch of us. But yeah, I love them because I just loved them since episode 1, honestly. And of course, yeah, they're iconic in the comics. Okay, okay, Georgia said, do you think that Kevin and Moose will become a couple? I ship Kevin with both Fangs and Moose, and I was wondering, in your opinion, who do you think would be a better fit for Kevin boyfriend-wise? Well, we know Kevin has a thing for bad boys. Like, I think he should really be dating a serpent. Okay, I don't mind Moose and Kevin. However, Moose is still in the closet, and I don't think Kevin should be with someone who is ashamed to, you know, show their relationship to the world. I think he should be with someone who's not afraid to be seen with him and who's not afraid to let people know, like, we're boyfriends, like, you know? So I think Fangs is a perfect fit. I mean, I just think they would really get along great together, and he's a serpent. It would make so much sense. And I mean, Hakeem talked about Kevin to Fangs, so Fangs knows about Kevin, so already, you know, he kind of has that, like, I don't know, I just seen that chemistry when they were talking in the student lounge, and ever since then I've been shipping them. I mean, I'm fine with Moose and Kevin or Fangs and Kevin, but honestly, I would rather Fangs, only because, like I said, Moose is still in the closet. Unless he comes out openly and is ready to finally admit he's gay and that he is dating Kevin, then I don't think he should be dating Kevin, because if he's going to stay in the closet, Kevin needs to be with someone who he doesn't have to hide. You know, he deserves that kind of happiness. And if Moose can't give him that, then maybe Fangs can. Okay. Ivana, how do you imagine Bughead and Archie breaking up? And how do you imagine Betty and Archie getting together? Okay, Okay, so how I imagine Bughead and Archie breaking up. Now, of course, when the triangle starts, I don't know if Betty and Jughead are still going to be together, because it's like, I don't see Jughead also being a part of the triangle, so it's kind of like, maybe they break up and then the triangle starts. But Archie, I feel like, are still together, or maybe they break up too, or no, not really so much break up, but just need some time apart, because Archie needs to figure out his feelings for Betty and for Veronica, you know, and see, like, what's going on. But I feel like once the triangle starts, I feel like it would only be right if Betty and Jughead were broken up, because if she's in the middle of this triangle, and which means she has feelings for Archie, then she really shouldn't still be dating Jughead. So I kind of see them breaking up before the triangle starts, or maybe they don't, but I feel like they should, so I see them breaking up before the triangle starts. Archie, I feel like they're going to still be together as the triangle's happening, but then again, it's like, you can't really be dating Veronica and then also on the side be like liking on Betty, you know, like, so I think maybe she's going to break up with him and tell him, like, you need to figure out what you want, who you want, like, you need to figure out your feelings. So I could see maybe that's how they kind of break up. Okay, what else? Okay, how do I imagine Betty and Archie getting together? I imagine them getting together. Now, like I said about the triangle, when the triangle starts, I feel like when the triangle starts, when Archie finally chooses someone, I really do feel like it is Betty, because, like I said before, if you're going to have this triangle and only have him choose Veronica in the end, that's going to be really stupid, because, why even have the triangle in the first place if you're just going to have him choose Veronica? Why not just keep them together and say, fuck it with the triangle, you know? Even though I don't want that, I'm just saying, you know? So, I imagine the triangle happening, eventually Archie choosing between Betty and Veronica, and he chooses Betty, and that's how they get together. But they take things slow because, of course, they're best friends first and foremost, and the writers, of course, like I said, I believe in them. I know they know what they're doing with their storyline, Archie and Betty's. So I imagine them, you know, Archie choosing Betty, you know, and oh God, I could just imagine, like, I choose you, like, I only want to be with you, Betty, you know, and maybe they kiss when he chooses her, and then, you know, they take it slow, you know, like best friends, because at first it might be a little awkward, but then again, maybe not, you know, because, like, with Jughead, but two different stories, you know, still, like I said, but, yeah, I think at first they're going to just take it slow and just kind of see where it goes and stuff, but yeah, that's how I imagine them getting together. Honestly, I imagine him choosing Betty, maybe telling her to meet him outside his house, oh my God, like, he's, like, looking through the window at her, and he then texts her and tells her to meet him outside, and he's like, I choose you, I want to be with you, Betty, I have feelings for you only, and Betty says, I have feelings for you too, Archie, and I'm tired of us denying them and stuff like that, and then they kiss. I see that happening. That's how I see them getting together, and then it progresses from there, slowly but surely, because you know what, we want to do them justice. There's no rush for Archie and Betty. Nalia, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, this is a chick-related one, so chick again. Do you think Chick will come back, and do you think we've seen the end of Charles? Because we haven't seen a body, and we just are going off what Chick has said. Also, I feel like Charles is the one Polly met at the farm who helped her through stuff. Okay. Okay. First off, I mentioned this in my video earlier. Machen confirmed that Hart Denton, who plays Chick, is in fact still alive and coming back in season 3, which I already knew he was alive because, yeah, I knew it. Charles, yeah, I'm not 100% believing he's dead, okay? I know that the girl saw blood-soaked sheets, and I know that Chick confessed to accidentally killing him, but I don't really know. I don't buy that fully. I feel like he's still alive and he's still out there. Now, do I think he's the guy at the farm who's helping Polly? No. I mean, that would be fucking a shocker, like, if that was true. But no, I don't see him being the guy who can help her. I think she's just in a cult, and she's fucking creepy, and the guy who can help her is the leader of the cult. You know, that's what I think. Yeah, so, yes, Chick will come back in season 3. I don't know what he's going to bring for season 3. Like, I'm so intrigued because, like, you know, I feel like they're going to say he got away from the Black Hood. I just don't feel like that's possible. Like, I know it could happen, but at the same time, nah, man. But yeah, Chick is coming back in season 3, so expect some more craziness. Charles, like I said, 50-50, or even less than that, probably, like 30-70 or something, because I just feel like that story's not over with, the whole Charles thing. That was just too quick. I don't feel like it's over with yet. I feel like there's more to that story. I feel like Charles is going to come to the picture at some point. Maybe he's the one who is behind Chick doing all this. Maybe he's the one who convinced Chick to go there and live there and become part of the family. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he was pissed that Alice turned him away. Maybe, you know, he wanted to get back at them in any way he could, or maybe he just wanted to find out information. That would be so crazy if Charles is still alive and he's the one behind, like, Chick and his weird fucking creepy motives. Like, that'd be crazy. Like, that'd be fucking bizarre. But yeah, so that's what I think. I think Charles is most likely still alive, and I feel like he's going to appear, and I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, because I don't know if he's going to be a good guy or a bad guy. And yeah, Polly, she's in a cult. The leader of the cult is clearly the person who can help Alice. You mean brainwash her? Because that's what I heard. Not help her, brainwash her. Okay. Last one. Francesca. Oh, I love that name. What do you think will happen with Hiram Lodge in season 3? I feel like since he's hurt so many families, and his own now basically is against him, many will want to seek revenge. I think he will get killed somehow eventually. Okay, so season 3, I feel like, okay, I don't know how far Hiram Lodge's storyline goes, but I feel like season 3 could be the takedown of Hiram Lodge. That's what I'm calling it, the takedown of Hiram Lodge. Because Hiram Lodge and Archie, are in a war in season 3. They are going up against each other. Not just them, but also the Serpents against Hiram and a lot of other people. I mean, like you said, yes, his family. I mean, they are against him. I personally, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could see someone I don't feel like he would go out by someone killing him. I feel like it would be something different. I feel like it would be Archie taking him down. Because I feel like you start the season, like you end season 2 and start season 3 with like Archie and Hiram framing Archie for murder, and also Hiram being the one who had Fred shot, you know, the second time. So that's a huge thing for Archie. So I feel like if Hiram is taken down in season 3, I feel like Archie's going to be the one who takes him down, along with, of course, Veronica's help, Betty's help, Jughead's, maybe even Hermione, because I think Hermione's finally waking up and saying, you know what, he doesn't care about anybody himself, I'm done with this shit, I'm mayor, you're not the boss of me, I can do what I fucking want, you know? Like, at least I hope. But, yeah, so I'm, like, thinking, like, season 3 is the takedown of Hiram Lodge, and I just feel like, if it is, he's going to get so much of what's coming to him in the end. Like, I just thought of it. Maybe, like, Veronica and Hermione, or maybe, like, Archie hands him over to the Mafia, and they do what they please with him, because, you know, they ain't exactly happy with him either. Hello. But, yeah, oh my god, that'd be cool. Like, I think that'd be awesome. Hand him over to the Mafia and let them deal with them. But, I don't know, like, I don't feel like Hiram's gonna go out with someone who's angry at him, just, like, shooting him or something. I guess someone could stab him. Ooh, that he's not expecting it, and then, suddenly he looks down and he's bleeding. Ooh, that'd be interesting. But who would it be? Archie? No. I feel like if anyone's gonna take down Hiram, I feel like it would be Archie, only because, you know, they're so against each other, but also there's the Serpents, you know, there's a lot of people against Hiram. But then again, what if it's Hermione who takes down Hiram? That would be epic. Like, your own wife takes you down. But honestly, now thinking about it, I kind of would like either Archie to take him down, I'd like Archie to take him down, or I'd like him to end up in prison for the fucking rest of his life, and people who hate him are in that prison, so he's not safe at all, or they hand him over to the Mafia and let them do what they please with him. That would be epic. That would be perfect, because, sorry, Hiram, not. But yeah, so those are all the questions. I'm sorry this was so long. I tried to make it as short as possible, but, you know, there's just so much to talk about, and I don't want to just say, oh, I like this scene, and not really kind of explain why, because, you know, I don't know. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you guys for asking me these questions. I truly, truly, truly appreciated it. I love you guys so much. And thank you for always coming to my channel, for watching my videos, for subscribing, for leaving your amazing comments. And I just truly love you guys. You're so amazing. And you are part of my weird little alien family, if you want to be. So, yes. Hope you enjoy.